Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you to all those who have attended today. I know it's a Sunday afternoon, very hot, but at least this program won't be so spicy. It's a nice introduction for everybody. You're going to learn what the Company Foundation is about and what they do. I see that everyone is excited to be here today, and don't worry, just like myself, it will be a sweet and short program. I've been instructed by them to keep it like myself, honoring that agreement. So the Company Foundation wholeheartedly welcomes everyone here today. We know it's hard for people to attend, there's other functions, there's other commitments that people have, but those that have come here, we really thank you. The seniors that have attended, who always guide us as a community, we really thank you for all your presence. And without you, obviously this function is not possible. Sticking to my commitments, like I said, the program will be short. I'm going to head over to the Secretary's report, right? And just to let you know, Muhammad Ali Moideen is working very hard and he's pleased to say that we've met Coral. So I think we can give ourselves a round of applause for that. Before we begin officially, we would just like to give Molana also the opportunity to recite Surah Fatiha for us.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين.
Jazakallah for the recitation. We now hand over to Muhammad Ali Moideen to show us the Secretary's report, and it must be noted that he has incredible skills in planning and organizational skills to make sure that all the minutes, all the decisions and everything are adequately recorded. Now over to Muhammad Ali Moideen.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Respected ulama, Fazi Kiram, brothers and sisters in Islam, before I begin, I would like to remind us of the importance of documenting and scribing in Islam. With the hadith of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who said that time knowledge by writing it. This was narrated by Imam Ahmad. The hadith highlights the significance of recording information and maintaining accurate documentation, as it preserves knowledge for future generations and ensures clarity and accountability in our dealings. Honorable Chairperson, respected members of the Executive, as a Secretary, it is my duty to ensure that all proceedings, resolutions, and key matters discussed here today are accurately recorded for the benefit of our organization. Documentation is vital in maintaining transparency, ensuring that our actions align with our missions, and facilitating smooth communication across all levels of our organization. Today, I will be discussing the following. Firstly, to start off with the AGM 2023 minutes. These were adopted and signed by the board on the 19th of November 2023. Secondly, we go on to the matters arising from the AGM 2023 minutes. The first one was the chairman's position. Our brother Samir Wahab was appointed as the chairman by the board. Secondly, the property of base for our foundation, which is a plan in motion. We appointed a PRO and he'll discuss this in his presentation. Thirdly, we discussed the establishment of a women's forum, and our chairman will address this in his presentation. Our minutes of the board meetings. With regard to our board meetings that took place, they were all as per the requirements of the Constitution. Through meticulous record keeping, we ensure that our organization remains on a path that is just, transparent, and aligned with our collective goals. All the minutes for our meetings are held up to date and can be made available upon request. Lastly, our policies, procedures, and resolutions. Each committee's policies, procedures, and resolutions are recorded and up to date and can also be made available upon request. There was a resolution taken to appoint the PRO, which is a public relations officer, and we found this necessary to add this position, and we believe it will help steer the foundation toward achieving greater heights, inshallah. The appointee was Shah Ahmed, and this was done on the 17th of March 2024. The role and responsibilities of our PRO are as follows: is the developing and implementing public relations through strategies that enhance the image and reputation of the Cochrane Foundation, managing media relations, and coordinating public events, programs, and promotions related to the organization, monitoring and analyzing public sentiment related to the Cochrane Foundation, and lastly, ensuring consistent and effective communication with the public. Shukran. Then over to my brother Yusuf.
Zagram Maulani, thank you for the Secretary's report. We now move over to our Chairman's report, and I just want to say that the Chairman always has the hot seat in any organization. He is the captain of the ship. Basically, we can sink or we can go through the rough tides. He's in that seat. It's a hot day today, he's literally in a hot seat. But as he sails through the seas, we are always behind him, and he's going to give us the Chairman's report. And I have great pleasure in introducing you to Samir Wahab, the Chairman of the Cochrane Foundation.
Jazakallah, Brother Yusuf. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to everyone. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Salatu wa salamu alayka ya sayyidi ya habibi ya Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I'd like to welcome again everyone for attending this, and before I continue, like Yusuf said, I'm in a hot seat, so I'm going to call all the foundation members to please come in front. I need your support. Come forward. Imran, come forward, Molana, please. I'd like to introduce the members to the community as well. Okay, the reason that I'm calling the members front, Alhamdulillah, we're in our third year now. We started off in 2021, we had our first AGM elections in 2022, and in our third year we're sitting here and a lot of the people in the community say we don't know who the members are. So I'm just going to do a brief introduction from our side. Alhamdulillah, everybody I think that's here knows myself, Samir Wahab. I thank the members for their trust in me, faith in me, and for appointing me as chairman. My brother Nazir Ahmed is our vice chairman, inshallah, very helpful in a lot of things, especially in today's time when the niyaz will be served. Inshallah, we've got Brother Rashad Shamshuddin, he's our treasurer, has been in the financing field for a while. Muhammad Faraz Ali, unfortunately, is the vice treasurer, but unfortunately not available due to circumstances, got work commitments. Allah bless him with success in that as well. Muhammad Ali Moeedi, he's been appointed as secretary. We've rotated the positions within the organization to try and see what benefits we can achieve from the professionals that we are sitting with. So he's a qualified lawyer, I think by next month, if I'm not mistaken, inshallah. We've got Irshad Ahmed, like you said, has been appointed as PRO, and the people who's interested in knowing what we're going to do in the future, will be doing a presentation, and hopefully, with his help, with the team's help, we will try to move forward, getting the marketing and everything sorted out, inshallah. Maulana Azam, part of the Sharia committee. He's the chairman of the Sharia committee. He's got Maulana Ahmad Mukaddam, part of the committee. Maulana Abdul Wahab Hukai, Faisal as well, and Abdul Samad Bhai as well. Abdul Rahman, Abdul Hamid, unfortunately, he's got a family commitment today. He's the chairman of the Zakat committee. And everybody knows, alhamdulillah, the strides we're making with the Zakat. The fundamentals are being followed from Quran, Sunnah. Got the teams doing the work from our side. Muhammad Yassin, Ismail, today we give him a lot of credit for all the things that he's done with the printing and the people that we get in the prizes, the vouchers. We thank you for that. He's part of the marketing committee. Designing and printing is his main job. Imran Sharif, I don't think he's the tallest there, but anyway, he's part of the financing committee. He's in charge of the assets, he's the asset controller for now. But as we say, inshallah, the team is here to support each other and to try and benefit the community as such. So hopefully nobody can say today we don't know the members, and soon we'll move forward. Jazakallah, brothers. Okay, from the bottom of my heart, as chairman, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all the board members and the advisors for their commitment, dedication, and guidance. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward everyone and bless everyone in abundance. Ameen. Ya Rabbal Alameen. As we said, our presentations are not going to be too long. There are other functions, but I think the primary focus is more on the PRO and the financing today. So briefly, I'd just like to touch on the 2025 elections. Let everybody know that this is a critical year, preparing towards the elections of 2025. The current board is coming to the end of their term. We're coming close to 3 years, and at this point in time, I'd like to urge everybody in this community, the professionals, we get the people of social workers, and especially the youth, to try and make an effort to find out what the foundation is offering to the community, and we'd like them to try and avail themselves towards the AGM for next year, because next year is just not an AGM, it's basically elections. I know people are looking at me about the females, we'll touch about that just now, inshallah. Before I continue, like I said, I'd just like to highlight one important thing which I forgot to add on was Imam Abdul Samad Jafar. He's doing a sterling job. He's not here today, unfortunately. We have the Shafi classes. So from an achievement perspective, alhamdulillah, that is continuing. But I think the highlight for today, so before I conclude, I'd like to announce the official establishment of the Women and Youth Forum, which was done before this AGM. And just to add on, I would like to say special thanks to Sister Firoza Ahmad, who's here. She's been appointed as interim chair lady, but after the AGM there will be 2 to 3 meetings to reinforce the women's forum. It's not sufficient that we only have the elders and our mothers that are coming there. We need the youth to join them as well, inshallah. So the forums committee, their responsibility will be more functional, and they will actually help the board to achieve its aims and objectives, inshallah. The current appointments will be an interim committee, which we're trying to align to next year's AGM elections. So the chair lady and secretary's position will go to 3 years the term, inshallah, from there basically. And basically, I come to the end of my discourse. So I'm quite sure the brothers are happy with it. I'd just like to add one final thing, which we all try to stop with. And the foundation is not mine, it's not yours, it's ours. So please try to get involved, and we are available to help wherever possible. Shukran jazeelan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you. I'm just looking at the time, and really this program is flying. You know, in 15 minutes we cover a lot of items. So we really are keeping to our word. But any foundation, we know that everything is built on economics and finances. An organization can be made or broken based on its finances. Right? So, in our committee members, we have Bashar Shamsuddin, who is an auditor like me, who is going to give you all the treasurer's report, and just to tell you, he never bribed me or anything when it comes to finances. The treasurer's report is also another hot seat. Just now we get some newspaper articles saying that we're doing these things and that things, but we have a very strong and ethical treasurer who is Rashad Shamsuddin, and he'll be guiding us through the treasurer's report.
Jazakallah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وبارك وسلم عليه. So, we're presenting some slides, and I'd like to start off by reflecting on a hadith which I believe is very relevant to today. It's narrated by Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu that Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, if anyone relieves a Muslim believer from one of the hardships of this worldly life, Allah will relieve him of one of the hardships on the day of resurrection. I think it's relevant, it's critical, because that is ultimately what the foundation is doing. But it's not the foundation that's doing it, it's the community, it's the donors, it's people that support the activities of the foundation to allow it to achieve what it intends to achieve. And therefore, I think it was appropriate to start off with that. If we move on to the next slide, as finance, we have a few objectives, and for the purpose of this session, we're listing those objectives. It's general finance oversight, planning, budgeting, reporting of finances, banking, bookkeeping, record keeping, control of fixed assets. So those are the general responsibilities we have as finance. But what's important and what's relevant to today is that we've completed and we're presenting our financial statements for the period ending 29th February 2024. And I want to take the committee and our audience through some of the highlights of that financial period. If we go on to the next slide, we've got the foundation income. What you'll note is that we've got zakat of 1.47 million rands that was received. If you compare the zakat from what was received to the previous year was around 1.1 million rands. This demonstrates a 33% increase in zakat, so alhamdulillah, that's progress. In terms of fitra, fidya, modest increase in fitra and fidya, and our zakat lila funds was similar to the previous financial year, and I would say it has stabilized at that level. But I will address the intention in terms of lila and how we would like to move forward in terms of lila. In terms of core expenditure, what we're presenting is 35,000 rands of fitra and fidya that was disbursed. That's a 38% increase from the previous financial year. And in terms of zakat that was disbursed, there's 1.2 million rands of zakat was disbursed in the financial reporting period. That represents a 15% increase from the previous financial year. You will note that there's a difference from the amount of zakat received to the amount disbursed. And the reason for that difference is to allow for cash flow planning, or at least to allow for cash flow management. And that ultimately is because the foundation receives primarily most of the zakat funds during Ramadan. So it was to allow for sufficient funds up until the next Ramadan period. And that explains the reason for the balance at reporting period 29th February 2024. If we continue with the highlights which we are presenting to this forum, the most critical highlight and most important highlight from our side, we introduced a debit order system. And we've done quite a bit of research in terms of debit orders. The normal banks, the commercial banks, the fees for debit orders were significantly high, and we've managed to secure the services of Netcash, which provides us the services at a much significantly reduced rate. We've started implementing the debit orders. It was around June this year, and we've provided debit order forms at the attendance register desk for any members who would like to contribute debit orders to the foundation monthly. Debit orders are quite important. Debit orders are lila funds only, and the intention is to use lila funds for the foundation to achieve its objectives. And what are the foundation's objectives? It's ultimately to improve the affairs of our local community through education. And we need to use lila funds for that. Obviously, zakat funds can be used under certain circumstances, but it cannot be the main approach in which the foundation attempts improving education facilities. Other highlights, 85% of Zakat funds were dispersed in the reporting period, and in terms of expenditure which the foundation incurs, I think it's important for members to be aware, only 2% of 2% of funds received relate to expenditure to run the organization. And what are those expenditures? It's not fees or services which we as members are taking. That expenditure relates to accounting fees, bank charges, advertising, and fees that we don't have control over, mandatory fees that we need to incur. And it's costing us 2%, which I think Alhamdulillah is a good percentage, an excellent percentage. Continuing, obviously we're presenting our external audit report. Alhamdulillah, that report is, the audited financial statements in the report is available to any member who wishes to receive it. A hard copy is available here, and we can provide soft copies to any member that requests it. Overall, from a financial perspective, I think to give the community and to give attendees comfort, there are various controls in place for managing funds. It involves cash receipt for all donations. Any funds received, we make sure we issue a cash receipt. Reconciliations of the cash received to bank statements. All funds received are deposited in the bank statements. Monthly bank reconciliations. Policies that the Finance Committee has helped us. Those policies include financial policies, delegation of authority, procurement policies, and card policies. And all these are controls which ensures that as an organization, we maintain the integrity of the information and the funds that we receive. And that's quite critical. Continuing on to my last slide, strategically, what is it that I need to communicate to you? And I think the most important message is that we are registered as a PBO, or Public Benefit Organization, which means that funds received become exempt from tax. And that is a big win for us as an organization. Important also, Zakat cases, on average, we are providing Zakat to at least 20 families every month. This is quite significant because it means that we are helping the community, and 20 families are positively impacted by Zakat. The next presentation is going to be done by Brother Irshad, and he's going to give some guidance in terms of what the foundation would like to achieve, the long-term vision of the organization. And there is a need for Lila funds for that to be achieved. We cannot use the card fund. So as an organization, if you look at our Lila funds, it's low. Once we have more concrete plans on that strategic focus, it's at that stage where we will open up a formal collection drive for those funds, for Lila funds, and for those funds to be used explicitly for the project, and they will be repensed according to the plans of the project. That will be strictly managed. To conclude, special thanks to all members that assisted us on the finance side. Special thanks to SMS bookkeepers for helping us with the monthly, daily record keeping, and our auditors and to all other members in the finance committee. Shukran, jazakallah.
Thank you for your presentation. As we know, any organization takes time, it takes patience, and it takes respect to build a reputable organization. Irshad, who has been a very long-standing member of the Cockney Foundation, has been doing a tremendous job in branding, marketing the Cockney Foundation. I think it is where it is today, and a lot of people are knowing and getting to know about it because of his efforts. And I'll now hand over to Irshad Ahmed to present the PRO report.
Assalamu alaikum to all. I'm Irshad, and I'm currently appointed as the PRO for the Cockney Foundation. I'm just going to run through a few slides which will inform you of our proposed projects, one of them being property based. For all those that can't see the screen very well, I think we're getting older. So what is our primary objective of securing a property or base? It could be a number of reasons, but to me, the primary objective or reasoning is to provide a sense of belonging. Everyone wants to fit in somewhere. Everyone wants to be a part of something. And I think that us having an organization or a base, it will make individuals or us as a community feel inclusive as a community. There are a number of other objectives that we can touch on. One of them being a socializing aspect, the other being talent exposure, use of facilities, as well as collaboration with like-minded organizations. Just to touch on the socializing aspect, if we go back 15, 20, 30 years, I see most people in this gathering comes back from the pre-apartheid era. So socializing back in the day was totally different from what it is now. If we go back and think, we could freely and easily visit our friends and family on a daily basis. That doesn't really happen very easily now. The circle of friends and family that we socialize with it has been reduced or has gotten smaller, and we tend to formalize more, socialize more at formal functions such as weddings and unfortunately at funerals as well. I'm just going to go further here. So the property or base that we propose will be having a number of facilities, such as a gym, outdoor entertainment or sports area, cooking facility, as well as an auditorium. That being said, we also want it to be a sustainable approach. So we need to derive some sort of income from the facility, just in order to keep it going and to maintain the facility. There's no use putting up a facility and it doesn't get maintained, and then it's almost the beginning of the end. So how do we go about this? What type of funding approach will we have for the property? We can either get a SETCA type of funding, we can look at debit orders, which Rashad touched on, and we can also look at sponsors and donors. Our preference would be to go for the debit orders, mainly because it provides a sense of inclusivity for everyone. Everyone is a part of the organization, or a part, or plays a part in obtaining the base and maintaining the base, and you feel like it's yours. So I think that is key. There are other approaches like obtaining a loan from a member, of course, interest free, as well as, yeah, okay, that will be it. Let's go to the next slide. Okay, I don't know if anyone can see it clearly, but yeah, the item marked in blue is basically our target. When I say our target, is our debit order target. We looked at approximately 500 members donating an average of 250 Rand a month. So when I say average, it could be 100 Rand, someone could be 500 Rand, but we put an average of 250 Rand a month with 500 members, which comes to approximately 125,000 Rand a month. That's our target, that's our aim. Whether it is achievable or not, it's up to you guys. So that's a quick footprint of what we propose. Of course, this is just a concept. The concept consists of outdoor sports area or mini soccer field, a gym area, a sports and a board games area or a socializing area, an auditorium classroom, as well as a small, I would say, a mini commercial kitchen that could be used for various purposes. I know that's very small, I don't think many people can see that, but what that illustrates is just a breakdown of how the costs are derived. Like we have a approximate cost of 13 million rand to put up the facility in question. It's not a large facility, it's 513 squares with an approximate land area of about 4,000 squares. 4,000 squares is the entire land area, and 513 squares would be the construction area, if I could put it that way. Yeah, let's see. Okay, the construction cost, I'm not going to go into too much detail here, but the construction cost would be about 9.5 million rand, with further expenditure costs and net costs totaling up to about 13 million rand. That's the total value of the concept that I just showed you just now. Okay, and the process of how this would normally happen in a traditional sense would be that we'd identify a site, we provide or draw up a concept design. Thereafter, we determine the budgets. Then we would actually come to the community and obtain funding. After that, we'll construct the facility and utilize the facility and maintain it. But that being said, that's the traditional approach. But we would like to amend that slightly. We would like to obtain funding from the site identification station. In that way, your funding is basically started way before construction can happen. You can derive a bit of funding before, and you have capex to play with. That's our long-term, our vision. If you can't see it, I'll put it on the group. Yeah, that's our vision, but of course that's going to take a bit of time. But inshallah, I think when everyone's duas and everyone is buying, I think we can make it happen. And lastly, I would say if there was, as an organization, as a corporate foundation, we are to empower and grow together. I think that's the bottom line of the organization, and inshallah we can achieve that in the future. Jazakallah.
Thank you, Mr. Ahmed, for the presentation on the PRO and what the company foundation is set to achieve. Hopefully, inshallah, we can achieve all these goals in the future. We now have a question and answer session whereby we open the floor for any questions or matters of concerns or any clarity that anyone needs. So if you have any questions, you can raise your hand and we will direct the questions to the appropriate committee members. Any questions?
Assalamualaikum to everybody. Yusuf, I just want to compliment Irshad and whoever sat with him to draw up the plan that they have for especially the social component. But sitting here, I see a different picture, and I think these aren't necessarily the priorities that need to be at the top. I think we're living, all of us are watching as Zodium is collapsing, the community ties are breaking, and we actually in a crisis moment, and we need to sit down and to see how we can build, retain those community ties. So I think that kind of a vision is beautiful, but it's a little more idealistic, and they need to get a planning committee to sit and consult with the community and identify what the community actually needs. So you need to do a needs assessment, and then you take it and feed it into the plan. And then just on the women's side, I'm just sort of want to congratulate the committee. It's the third year we've come and we've pleaded for it, and I hope it's going to be with a vision to be inclusive, and it's going to address the needs of the women and the younger generation. That's all I have to say. Shukran. Salam.
Jazakallah for your input and clarification on where you see the project going. Does anyone from the committee want to answer that? Okay. From my side, I just want to say regarding this is a concept of what they are, and where they want to be, right? And what's currently happening is they do the zakat, they do understand that Lodium is breaking down. That is why they actually set and built this organization, because we could see that there is a dire need for people who are struggling, families who are literally finding it difficult to put food on the table. So there has been needs assessment, and it just must be noted that this is just a future-driven event. But for now, they're also attending to the needs of the community. I'll hand over to Samir Wahab as well.
I'm just going to be brief because just to add on what Chinyaba said. So we have people, professional people like Masood Bhai that's in here. And I agree with what you're saying. We have to get in more input from the balance in the community. So besides Irshad, Masood Bhai, Alhamdulillah, we have professionals. We have people who've got experience in the building. And this is one of the reasons we started on the Women's Forum, because we know we can't continue without our mothers, daughters, and our sisters. So inshallah, your point is noted, and we will definitely invite everyone, like I said, after the AGM, inshallah.
Zagla for the response. Any other questions or matters seeking clarity? Okay, going once, going twice. Speak now, forever hold your peace. Okay, I think that's it. If there is any questions or something that you would want, or if you're shy to speak, you're welcome to contact any of the committee members, and they will happily answer your questions. Moving over, we have a lucky draw. So as you know, when you came in, you were handed a raffle ticket. You never buy anything, but we're giving everyone a small ticket which will correspond to the numbers in here. So we're going to have a nice prize, and prizes given. And this is thank you to our own society people who have put up their hands and said they want to contribute to the Cockney Foundation and to make people feel welcome and part of the community. So does everyone have their tickets out? So basically we've got all the numbers in here, and then there's an auditor here, there's an auditor here. There's no funny business happening. So we've got Mohammed Yasin Ismail who will be choosing the numbers randomly. You can see they're shaking it up. Yeah, they're just shaking it up inside. And the first voucher is from Taj Mahal, a long-standing business in Lothian, takeaways and food. They make good food as well. And this one here will be number 2002. What's your sector? Anyone with 002? Okay, we're moving on to the next one. Okay, so number 2 is the Taj Mahal voucher, right? They say that the person has now been forfeited, so he's out.
Maf, I think we just want to clarify. We have to do this officially. It has to be audited. That's why we've got auditors here. That's why we've got the numbers here. You have to be present for the prize. And then once we're done officially, there has to be a photograph taken also to show from the auditor's perspective we're doing things legally. But we won't charge for the photograph. So Mark, the guys who are not here, sorry, you lose out. And you can see today's the day of Hajj, inshallah.
Okay, so unfortunately that person has forfeited a nice meal from Taj Mahal. So now I feel for them, but they have to move on. Okay. The next number is there's 2 vouchers, right, from Frizan's Butchery. Right? No. The first prize and the second prize. So we got.
We can throw another number.
Yeah, no. Oh, we're gonna draw another number for Taj Mahal, right? So Taj Mahal is gone now. That person number 2 forgot it, right? So we're moving on. Number 6, now claim your burger. Number 6 is also number 6. Okay, we have a winner for this voucher. You can come on quickly. Lana also will present the voucher. Okay, the next prizes is there's 2 vouchers for Rizan's Butchery. We're in a company event and obviously a butcher must feature, otherwise it's not going to be a company event. For Rizan's Butchery, the first number is number 37037. Mitch, you got the win. Okay. I just want to say that when everyone is done, we will take out a picture with all the prize winners. The second voucher from Fizan's Butchery goes to number 33033. You can come through, we're going to give your voucher to you now. 033. She's got number 33. Yeah? It's not real. It's completely random. We're juggling everything there. Alright, on to the next prize. 5 vouchers from Nando's. Nando's has been everywhere. He's contributed a lot to the Ogni Foundation, and now we're going to see who enjoys the meal. 200 voucher each. So literally the first prize for the Nando's voucher is number 1. 001. Who is number 1? We're going to wait for number 1. It's all in the family. We don't know how, but it's happening. Don't be hard to explain that, you know what it is. Okay, the next one, right, is 008, number 8. You can see his juggling, he's not bringing anything. Right. The third number is 024, number 24. Right. The fourth voucher for Nando's prize is number 19, 019. And then this is the last voucher for Nando's. We just need to take the reference number there. 029 29. 029 29. Not here, another 440 price.
Next number.
Okay, 03636. There we go. We've got the winner there as well. It's nice. See, there's benefit in staying. Exactly. Yeah. So now all the vendors' watches are done. Enjoy your piri piri chicken while we all try and envy you. Next is also vouchers from Tanstanduri, 2 vouchers. Right? You can give me the next one. 013, number 13. Got it. And then the second prize from Tanstanduri is 039, number 39. 039. Yeah. Even the guy bought the show. Okay, for the next one, it's Buma Office Supplies, alright? And there's a voucher, 1 voucher. Can we get Mohammed Zairuddin to do the presentation to the winner for this one? Okay, the number is 012, number 12. 012, it's not like our phone numbers, but number 12. Number 12, going once, going twice, the stationery is gone. Okay. Number 34, 3034. You won't believe it. He got it. How does he present himself? Chairperson. Must we throw another number? Sorry about that. I don't even have the words to give condolences to him on this one.
034 goes back in, huh?
034 goes back in, but he stands a chance to win the next prize maybe. We can't rule him out now. So number 005, number 5. Hey, Jamil, at least now you can present. You'll be presenting the voucher to Jamil Ahmad. Okay, now we're off to the surprise voucher, which is from Blue Health. And Mohammed Yasin Ismail will also present that one, but before he presents, he has to choose a number. Someone else can choose a number so you can see we're not ready. Number 025. You want to know what the voucher is? 025. Too much, what's it again? Prices are being disputed here unofficially. But rules are rules, and they're adhering to it, so. And the surprise voucher that was given by Mohammed Yasin Ismail, Blue Health Solutions, is 10 sessions of ozone therapy, 2 10 liters of alkaline water and essential body cream, valued at 2,500 rand. So this is a big one, and Muhammad Yassin Ismail was presented voucher to us. Right. That went relatively well, except from a few people who weren't here. Someone could have gained nice prizes, but they chose not to be here. But we moved on, and now we're just moving on to the vote of thanks. But before I go on to the vote of thanks, officially, I just want to give a few words of encouragement for the Company Foundation is that we are one society. We know that times are tough. And in order to build a society, we need unity. When I say unity, I'm not just saying that we must say we together, we must actually be together. If someone has a business in our community, whether it's a bakery, whether they're doing plumbing, whether they're doing electricity work, accounting or anything, they should be our first point of contact so that we can build our own economy, so that we don't have to always rely on charitable organizations. The first point is to employ ourselves, to build ourselves. We've got a lot of women in our community also who do a lot of kitchen work in the sense of they make pies, they make samosas, they do all the things, catering companies, and they work very hard, and we should support. Otherwise we're not going to build a society like we're just going to be saying, okay, what can we do to make things better? The economy is hard, it's worldwide, the economy is hard, and we must try to support each other in that endeavors. Even though there's a lot of people who are suffering, some people keep quiet. And I can tell you right now, it's not an embarrassing thing to be in. The economy is tough, so if people are having a hard time, reach out. Don't just suffer in silence and let the future of your kids or anyone be miserable when there is help available. So reach out to the people, because that's what the organization exists for. We don't want you to just build in the sense of saying, we are a big organization, but then your own people are suffering. That is not what we want. So please feel free to reach out. We just would like to say thank you, first of all, to the community who came here today and who sacrificed their time. And we all know Sundays there's always different functions, but for those who came, we really thank you very much for it. The Molo group, who has been serving this community for years, probably before I was born even, they have really been here for so many decades, and some of them are very elderly and they still keep on pushing it because they love this community. So we thank them as well. To all our senior citizens who have been guiding us with their wisdom and knowledge, I know a lot of them have say they're tired and they need people to continue. So we also encourage the youth to come forward and hopefully fill the shoes that the elderly people have played. Alright? We would like to thank all our sponsors for all the prizes, for all the food, for all the meat, for all the stationery. They really have given a lot to this event and to the people. We would also like to thank Afsar Ali for the sound, I'm speaking now, so I have to take in the most. And to Darren Bloom, who has given the venue for us to use, and to Ilham Wahab for the videography. I haven't been bribed by anyone to give that vote of thanks, but it's really for all the hard work that everyone has played. Also to the committee members, I can tell you right now it's very, very hard to keep an organization running. I'm someone who's been in real politics as well. It is very hard for any organization. Sometimes people take you from all directions. Then you still have to build the organization, you still have to promote the organization. And it takes a lot of mental composure to say, I'm going to do this for the community and have a steadfast line. And it must always be calm. So to all our committee members, thank you for the sterling job you have done, because we really need it and we really appreciate you. We now move over to our salami that will be done by the model group. Jazakallah.
أشرق البدر علينا فاختفت منه البدور مثل حسنك ما رأينا قد يا وجه السرور يا نبي سلام عليك يا رسول سلام عليك يا حبيب سلام عليك صلوات الله عليك يا حبيبي يا محمد يا عروس الخافقين يا مؤيد يا ممجد يا إمام القبلتين شين الله يا عبد القادر محي الدين في القلب حاضر جيلاني بالله بادر المدد يا عبد القادر.
There's been a number of names which is given for the Isa'i Sawab. So I have narrated all those names. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant them all maghfirah. And those names which we never received, may Allah also subhanahu wa ta'ala also grant them maghfirah. Please read one time Surah Al-Fatiha and three times Surah Al-Ikhlas and ask Ma'amkan Hafiz Nasir to read the dua. Al-Fatiha.
آمين آمين اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وبارك وسلم عليه. اللهم ربنا إننا سمعنا مناديا ينادي للإيمان أن آمنوا بربكم فآمنا. ربنا فاغفر لنا ذنوبنا وكفر عنا سيئاتنا وتوفنا مع الأبرار. ربنا وآتنا ما وعدتنا على رسلك ولا تخزنا يوم القيامة إنك لا تخلف الميعاد. اللهم لا تحرمنا أجرهم ولا تفتنا بعدهم واغفر لنا ولهم وارحمنا معهم. اللهم اغفر لهم وارحمهم وسكنهم في الجنة. اللهم اغفر لهم وارحمهم وأدخلهم في الجنة. اللهم اجعل قبورهم روضة من رياض الجنة فروح وريحان وجنة النعيم إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اللهم أمطر على قبورهم أبواب رحمتك ومغفرتك وجودك وإكرامك وإنعامك دائما كثيرا كثيرا. فقد قال الله تعالى في شأن حبيبه إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما.
اللهم انصرنا فإنك خير الناصرين، وافتح لنا فإنك خير الفاتحين، وارحمنا فإنك خير الراحمين، وارزقنا فإنك خير الرازقين، واهدنا ونجنا من قوم الظالمين. اللهم انصر المسلمين المظلومين في فلسطين يا رب العالمين. اللهم انصر المسلمين في بلاد المسلمين يا رب العالمين. حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل، نعم المولى ونعم النصير. حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل، نعم المولى ونعم النصير. حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل، نعم المولى ونعم النصير. ببركة إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا ونبينا مولانا محمد وأصحابه وبارك وسلم عليه. ألا إن أولياء الله لا خوف عليهم ولا هم يحزنون الذين آمنوا وكانوا يتقون بفضل سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Just a quick announcement towards the world. You can see that there is the